Okay, welcome to this edition of Video Drone by DIY3DTech.com. We're out here, we're going to be doing some ice pack flying on Lake Huron. So I was just out here about 2 days ago. It was 18 degrees, huge ice, crazy. But today it's 51 degrees. It's quite a bit overcast. I've got 8 miles of visibility. I've checked hover. I'm good to go and did my maintenance checks. And so I'm going to go ahead and take this up, and we're going to fly some ice packs here. And we got recording starting. And I'm going to take it out. I want to tap the screen, get this auto focusing. I think I've got it focused. Now I'm going to take this out. I'm not used to tapping the screen for this autofocus thing, so let's take this out towards some open water and let's see what we can see out there. So kind of map the ice pack a little bit, because the other day when we were out here, you know, we went out 3,000 feet, it was solid ice. Then the other day I went to the northern sheet of this, and we went up about 400 feet, and it was as far as the eye could see, so miles. But now we definitely just on the shore here see the open water, so that's pretty cool. So it's definitely opened up a little bit. I'm shooting in D-Log today, so I'm going to apply some LUTs, see if I can't clean it up. I'm not too high above the ice. I'm actually about 4.3. Well, I'm actually a little bit above that because I launched about 8 feet or so above the water line, so it's measuring my altitude, I think, from there. And so I'm up a little bit higher, but I just want to kind of get that dramatic effect of it cruising across the ice there. So we're just kind of cruising it across the ice, heading up lake there. And we're at about 2,000 feet, and we're just kind of keeping it going. And I think we should probably hit open water before right around 3,000 feet. So again, that just views are just phenomenal. Got good battery life, 89%. I did some messing around before the flight on menu setups and that kind of stuff, trying to get this tuned in a little bit since it was a little bit warm out here. And so, yep, right around 3,000 feet, which is about as far as I like to take it out line of sight, we hit the water. So I'm going to kind of loop it back around, and we can kind of see what this looks like. And we're going to sort of bring it back in down towards us. So we're at about 2,300. We're now counting it down, so we're definitely coming in back over the ice low and strong. So again, some really great views, and hopefully the LUTs will pull this up a little bit, you know, shooting the D-Log. And it's the first time really shooting the D-Log. I'm used to, you know, most of my other drones just, you know, the straight up you know, just standardized whatever it shoots in footage, you know, as far as color correction. So I'm hoping that this gives me a little bit to play around with, because this is Video Drone after all, and one of the intents of this channel was to talk about video production and drones. And so I keep meaning to get around that, but I just spend too much time flying, having fun flying. So we definitely got to get around. I got to take this up. I'm losing altitude. That wind's pushing me down. I was kind of watching it out there, you know, because at 3,000 feet, it's nothing more than a speck out there. And I looked down at the screen and I noticed it had dropped in altitude. So so I'm up about 10 feet, just kind of bringing it across. And we're counting down to about 1,200 feet now, so it's coming in towards us. So I'm just heading out a little bit towards the shore so I get a little bit better view of everything. And you can see the shoreline coming into sight here. So I'm right out basically in front of me a little bit to the left, and before I run into anything, because now that should be up lake, and let's turn it back around to down lake. Whoops. Let's aim it out this way. I'm going to gimbal it down, and what I want to do is just I want to tap the screen, make sure I got autofocus is autofocusing, and kind of just bring it down. So I've got line of sight on it. It's right in front of me now. So just kind of bringing it down, seeing what happens with the ice. So This close in, the ice is pretty smooth. I'm going to have to go out a little bit further, I think, to get some of the better ice, if you will. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of run a crisscross pattern of the ice as I bring it up and down. And so I'm just kind of heading out there. The open water still hasn't broken in down here, so it's about 3,000 feet north of me, but it looks like down here I'm not seeing any ice breakups out here. And just taking it down this way, seeing what we can see down this way. Looks like there might be some open water down. I want to take it up a little bit more. I'm getting kind of nervous. Wind keeps pushing it. Really, the wind's died down. I did a flight earlier and had a little bit more wind, but the wind's died back down, which is always a good thing. And so I'm gonna yaw this back around. It's about 1,800 square feet, 1,800 feet out, 19. So I'm gonna just try not to make such a stark angle, but I'm gonna do it because I don't want to get too much further out. Whoops. Pay attention to what you're doing, Joe. Turned it too far. Trying to watch the drone, watch the screen. I only have two eyes, and for some reason they work in stereo. So anyways, hoping to beat the weather a little bit too. Supposed to be some rain coming in, so I want to beat the rain and get some video of the ice and do a couple different projects. There we are right out there. And we're headed back in towards us, and I don't want to do that because you can see the land coming in. So I want to take it not so much back that way, but there we go. So we're about straight in front of us now, out about 1,000 feet. So we're just going to take it up across the ice again. Boy, this is just really a smooth flyer. Thank you, Robert, for talking me into this guy. It just took a little bit longer for it to sink in. But you know, one of the things, you know, several people have asked me about the Unique. You know, Joe, how come you haven't been flying the Unique lately, and all this, that, and the other thing? And you know, to be honest, you know, I have flown it once or twice, but the setup time is just, you know, it's not really crazy. It's very reasonable setup time. But you know, just like with the Phantom 3 and that kind of stuff, because again, you have to keep it with the, you know, store it with the props off, then you got to put the props on, you do the compass calibration, you know, dance, and you know, it all gets pretty busy, if you will. And that's one of the problems, is it takes a long time to fly. But it's like here, you know, I can come out, you know, I can take a quick lunch break and come out here for an hour. I can fly well within an hour, get 2 flights in on the Mavic, and get back home, because it's only a couple miles from my house, about a mile or two. And you know, it really works out well. And you know, but you know, just setup time, it takes probably about 15 minutes just to set up the Unique and get it going, where the Mavic acquires satellites almost instantaneously. You put it out, connections there. With the OTG setup, it's not a pain like the Spark of, you know, can I get Wi-Fi connection? Is it going to be 20 minutes for that? And I might be exaggerating a little bit on the Wi-Fi connection with the Spark. But it used to be some pretty good times that, you know, if I was in a congested Wi-Fi area, that it would actually take for it to acquire Wi-Fi connections. Oh, that's really good, Joe. I'm talking and not paying close enough attention to which way it's going. And there we go. So I want to take it back up because it's right in front of me. So I'm just flying it actually up and down the lake, trying to capture some videos. Let's see if I want to try to get over this ice pack right here. Now, let me see if I'm getting that, because that's just really cool, that ice. And just kind of circling it out there in really big circles, just trying to capture all the ice imagery. So it's really cool. I like looking for patterns in the ice too, especially in post. And so let's fly it over this. And you know, because it's really cool, especially on sunny days. You know, today is just really overcast, so I figured this would be a good D-Log experimentation day. And just shoot some D-Log and see if I can edit up some of the color, bring out some of the color with this. And let's see if we can't take this, get this back over that ice mound. Yeah, I think that's going to happen this time. I think that's happened. I probably got it a couple other times too, but just really kind of get the ice mounds out there. Just keep an eye on my battery. I'm still at 60%. Again, and today's not bad. I mean, it's in the 50s out here. It's actually pretty beautiful, you know, February thaw. And, you know, so, but I like in the colder weather to keep to about 50% on the battery. That way I got some safety margin in case something happens. And I'm fairly close right now. You know, I'm only out less than 1,000 feet. You know, or about 1,000 feet, you know, kind of coming in and out of it. And we're just flying it up. But anyways, with the Unique, I am going to do some experimentation with it. I think it's a great camera platform. I figured out a couple things about it since I had a little bit of time. I've been having some issues with the camera connecting. And so, you know, doing some homework there, the transmitter it's a little bit different on the Unique. The transmitter is actually in the camera itself. The camera and the copter are really separate entities. Although the controller, the flight controller, does seem to control the gimbal movement. The actual video, unlike most others, it's transmitted through a separate 5.8 gigahertz video transmitter. And what I'm looking at actually doing is setting it up to carry a couple different camera payloads, because one of the things I like to experiment with is different type of camera technologies. I like hacking with cameras, making full spectrum, infrared, all that kind of stuff. And I really want to experiment with some of that here. And I think the Typhoon's a great platform because the hexacopter format carries good weight. It's got good stability, and I need to be turning that way. It's got good stability, and it's got the clip mount, and you can buy replacement clips that they're designed for, you know, if you crash and you break the camera, because I think that's actually intended to be a break point, if you will, to keep it from further damaging the camera. And so that means I can clip on other cameras. Now I won't get the exact control of it, but since it does have an extra, you know, since the camera is designed for another 5.8 gig output, I can just transmit to that to my other Skyview ground station. And it's watching people coming out here. And so anyways, I think that will be a good you know, addition to my drone fleet for that. I want to bring this back in. Got some people walking out here, so I want to be mindful of that. They're up laking me, but anyways, I'm down to about 49% since I've been gabbing, so I'm going to. No, I don't want to land the aircraft now. I want to return to home. I don't even know why they put that button there, especially if I look at it without really looking through my glasses. So we're gonna rise up, and we're gonna get some higher altitude on the way back in, because we're going to go up to about 120 feet. And why is my aircraft disconnected? It's coming home, but I'm going home, but I'm not sure why my aircraft is disconnected from the application. I think something must have went awry with my my OTG cable. Okay, so here I am. So return to home has worked well, but I'm still disconnected from the app. That is weird. That's strange. So let me, while it's doing its thing, I'm going to see if I can't restart the Go4 app. No, it's still disconnected from the Go4 app. That is really, really odd. I'm going to save out my video manually now. Sorry, there's nothing that fantastic to see, but for some reason, like I say, the Go4 app has totally disconnected from the controller. I don't really know what the heck happened there. I'm going to have to go back and do some looking, because I'm getting the OTG connection indication on the app, but I'm not getting anything else. So anyways, I'm gonna have to go sort this out. So let me know what you guys are thinking about for lunch. Another great flight over Lake Huron with the Mavic, checking out the ice pack. And so we'll catch you guys in the next video, and don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.